It was a warm summer evening when I found myself standing at the wrought iron gates of Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah. The sun was setting, casting long shadows that danced among the tombstones. I had always been drawn to the eerie beauty of old cemeteries, and Bonaventure was no exception. Little did I know that my visit that evening would forever haunt my dreams. As I stepped through the gates, I was immediately struck by the overwhelming sense of history that enveloped the place. The moss-draped oaks loomed like ancient sentinels, whispering secrets to the wind. I had heard stories of Bonaventure's paranormal reputation, but I was a skeptic at heart. I figured it was just a cemetery after all, and the stories were nothing more than legends. I wandered deeper into the cemetery, my footsteps echoing on the cobblestone pathways. The fading light painted the marble gravestones with a ghostly hue. It was a serene and melancholic beauty, and I found myself captivated by the artistry of the sculptures that adorned the grave. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I began to hear faint whispers carried by the breeze. At first I dismissed them as a trick of my imagination, but they grew louder and more distinct. It was as though the very air around me was alive with voices from the past. I followed the voices to a mausoleum tucked away in a secluded corner of the cemetery. The crypt was weathered and covered in ivy, and a cold chill ran down my spine as I approached. The whispers grew stronger, beckoning me closer. I could make out words now, fragments of conversations long past. "Help me. Lost. Forgotten." I reached out to touch the stone door of the mausoleum, and as my fingers made contact, the voices swelled to a crescendo. The door creaked open, and I hesitated for a moment, my heart pounding in my chest. Something urged me to enter, to uncover the secrets hidden within. The interior of the mausoleum was shrouded in darkness, save for a single flickering candle that illuminated a small chamber. The walls were lined with shelves, each holding an ornate urn or coffin. I felt an inexplicable urge to approach one particular urn, as though it held the key to the mystery. I reached out and gently lifted the lid of the urn, and a bone-chilling scream filled the air. I stumbled back, my heart racing, and the lid fell to the ground with a deafening crash. Inside the urn, I saw a grotesque sight, a skeletal hand reaching out, as if in a desperate attempt to escape its confinement. Panic washed over me, and I turned to flee the mausoleum, but the door had slammed shut behind me. I was trapped, surrounded by the haunting whispers that grew louder and more tormented with each passing second. The candles lining the walls began to flicker wildly, casting eerie shadows that danced like specters. I could hear the voices now, their words echoing in my mind. They spoke of lost souls trapped for eternity in the mausoleum, their torment fueled by a dark and ancient curse. I realized with horror that I had unwittingly become a part of their nightmare. Desperation consumed me as I searched for a way out, but the walls seemed to close in around me, and the shadows grew more menacing. I could feel the icy fingers of the trapped spirits reaching out for me, their whispers turning into anguished wail. In my final moments, I understood the truth of Bonaventure Cemetery. It was a place where the past bled into the present, where the spirits of the departed clung to the living in a desperate bid for release. I had entered a realm where the line between the living and the dead had blurred, and there was no escape. As the darkness swallowed me whole, I realized that I would become one of the whispers, a lost soul forever bound to the haunted grounds of Bonaventure Cemetery, where the shadows held their secrets and the past never truly rested in peace.